I don't know this stuff very well. Oh, you might see one of the planes take off this way. I don't know the zoology, right? Remember, I'm a land mammal psychologist, not a zoologist. But I think there's at least 3 species, and I think one is chipmunks, and then there's, I think, what is a gopher. And when a car arrives, they check. Sometimes they recognize and see there's like 2 standing, and the third one there is they don't. Let's say there are 3 who are looking out. There's another one. They won't look in the same direction, and usually when they come together, they will make sure when they look that the other ones are behind them, and that creates kind of a variety of angles that is pretty wide. It's not perfect angles. Let's say there were 3, and of course, they don't see like we do. Their eyes are not 3D, like the same way ours are. They see differently. So the guy with the white dog left, but not with the dog. Like the dog goes that way, and then he leaves slowly. But I think they wised up to it, right? And they're looking on the other side of the house too. And then this other guy shows up. The other guy, like the dog, is upset. He doesn't want to get in the car unless he killed the gopher, the big white dog. And then this guy shows up with a little dog that's already barking excited to get out and run. And it's a little like a little weenie dog, like a hot dog kind of. And he's almost the same size as these gophers. And the white dog is going to be he's going to be maybe distracted and not realize the smell is a dog and just go for the little white dog. And if that white dog, let's say, because, the adults of the dogs, they just like to see these killings, these random killings that don't get eaten, then, it could be the white dog's neighbor kids has a pet rabbit and just crosses over the yard and goes for it. And that's the way you trained your animals, it looks like. And that's the way people train their kids too, go get whatever you can get for yourself, because that's what, that's the basic raw instinctual when a species lives through hard times and doesn't forget that trauma, that's what it passes on to their kids. Now, we haven't forgotten that trauma, and yet there's even more hardships that are worse coming. So you can expect the people primates to act like this. So let's say, I emailed, Dr. Eugenics #1, when people challenge any of my titles, to the guy who was a registered psychologist who called me on using the word land mammal psychologist. So let's say, and then I sent him the email also saying I'm a driver psychologist, and then I sent an article example. So let's say I demonstrate the same skill sets or better than people with that title, let's say through whatever elitist means they got it. Or I send them enough videos of me working with dogs or monkey that shows my work uses psychology, and that's a land mammal. and the results are positive, for the other land mammal, other than myself, and myself too. Then if I'd say, well, what would you call me? Like a pet babysitter? And let's say they see all this and they still don't admit that that title is deserved, then there's something wrong with that psychologist up here. And it's not one that all the clients that he has seen should have seen now that he's retired. It's almost like give your money back and let's have somebody else undo the work of the damage you caused through your elitist flawed thinking. Maybe contact all your past clients and get them to consult with a land mammal psychologist with better intentions than creating elitism.